Shalom Rastafari. Shawendum Baruku, coming in the name of the King of Kings, QEDAMAWI, HAILE Selassie, conquering line of the tribe of Judah, and his son, the Most High, the Bain HaElohim. I'm listening to some of the a little bit of some of the nonsense. So we'll let's get right into it real quick, so we can hear this one Jabari. And then looking at what the people are doing with the whole ancient Egypt thing, and then basically the truth about the Bible is what we had to say. But it was a little statement this brother had made that you know what, we'll correct you real quick on that statement he said.
The modern Christian tradition has been rendered. It has been rendered in a very literal form.
Here we go.
A very literal form. And so that is why people are uncomfortable with penises. They're uncomfortable with naked bodies. I want to be clear that this comes from the Europeans. This is not an African approach.
It's more dealing with civilization. All right? When you talk about dealing with bodies in that sense. And it's more dealing with civilized mind, and how well does the mind register to civilization coming from the Almighty. You see what I'm saying? Because not everybody they may ask certain questions. They may wonder why in the flesh I can't get out of control this way or that way, because the simple fact that there was order. It's not the fact that somebody is able to do something. That's not even the point. The point is that one has the order that was given to them from the Almighty to be able to control their naturality, if you will, their natural. Though what you're speaking about nakedness, and then you talking about the Europeans concerning nakedness, that's a form right there. That's simply a form of civilization. It's just like the fact that if you go to some of these places where the tribes are, hardly, if they haven't been exposed to, the world or the TV or certain technology in that sense. If you go in, let's say there are tribes like that, there are cases where they have seen tribes like that. You'll also understand that they also may be lacking some technologies that may be made greater advance to people. It's not saying that all modern technology or all certain technologies are bad, but the ones that advance the people, and then the understanding of where human beings actually come from in the first place, especially being that they evolved from the same thing is what you call Africans. But we'll get there. But the brother said, I can't say, I want to take that. I'm not going to say brother, because you're not my brothers. The things I'm hearing you saying, it's not brotherly. So I'm definitely not going to say that. And some of the things you say, I don't even know if to say you for us or against us, because some of it is like, you don't even make that type of assertion. But then again, it's not for me to necessarily get mad, because maybe you just don't understand certain things. So let's break it down. Now, whether you believe it or not, that's concerning you. But the truth is the truth, and it can never be shaken out of its place. So let's hear.
When you look at ancient African images, you will see deities who are nude. There was no discomfort with that. The Europeans were uncomfortable. The Tamil was uncomfortable with your nude self.
No, and ancient Egypt having nude deities in that sense of what you call that in those applications, those, they have a certain type of civilization that they have as well. And another thing is that the Almighty says that Egypt is his glory. So he's talking about there's something, the glorious part of Egypt concerning the Almighty, the HaElohim, because we already know that they were searching for the one true. even though many may thought that their deities was the one true and it was not. You know, so we get to see what the one true is and what holds power in the world, nationality, nations wise, what holds power in the world. Now, you can say, you know, what you can say what you want to say, but the truth is still there.
And let's go further. Every deity in the Kemetic tradition, every male deity had a female consort, a wife. And together they created offspring, and thereby the rest of the world. I want to challenge our dear brother, Michael Edwards, with his discomfort with this. Because whenever I look at the Christian tradition, and I'll be fair with him and say the Hebrew tradition, I usually just see 3 dudes doing it.
All right. Now here we go. This is where we get really foolish. Really. Okay, now you taking a divine power that is really on a higher scale. On a higher scale, we're talking about power here, like lightning, thunder, brimstone, earthquakes in that sense. The God that can cause all these elements to take place, especially lightning. Lightning is a very interesting element. Can you tell me how that's made? No, you probably can't, right? I'm sure that you wouldn't be thinking that somebody got together and, well, who knows what weird way y'all are probably thinking, but not to really diss anybody. The reason we say weird is because now you're taking a power that's on the scale of magnitude of the creation that we know from the science, the sacred science, if you will, creation that we know, and you're basing it now upon a natural man's conception of reproduction, or whatever way that you seem to be looking at that, whether it's perverse or it's just it's idiotic, it's stupid. No, we're being sensible. We're looking at a power that's, you know, higher on a higher level constructed, you know, than on the natural plane of thinking. So you're thinking on the natural plane, the flesh. So, you know, that already says a lot in itself. Let's go on.
So we're talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, who are usually depicted as men. So if you have discomfort around sacred reproduction in the Kemetic tradition, you need to now tell me how your deities do it.
And all right, and another thing is that the same, you know, what you would so-called like the deities that you would say, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now you seem to have confused the fact that created man and woman. So now you're saying that the feminine aspect is not there, or that the woman quality is not there. Now, again, you're debasing this down to a natural man's conception of science and life, dealing with natural life, not separated from what is sacred or what is on a higher level of spiritual science, if you will, you know, or spiritual intelligence. You know what I mean? Because that really rips apart your spiritual intelligence. Let me say it. Let me say that on that level. It hurts your spiritual intelligence to base that type of knowledge on such a higher level on the basis of a natural man's conception of reproduction between a man and his wife. But, you know, let's go.
Being 3 male. You must understand that this discomfort is something we need to root out. If we are going to be powerful Africans once more, if we are going to move much further.
I had something to say about the name African and the word African, because I think it's good to go and get into like the origin of certain words. You know, especially like if using, this is a terminology generation. You know, brothers speak in terms and styles. So, you know, if you're going to use the terminology Africa, it's good to get a background or history on that word Africa. First of all, to the best conclusion that Africa is something that is actually for black people in that sense. and not going back beyond West Africanus, because that's where they say that the word comes from, or African. But then we have a biblical view of the word, which is Ephraim, 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 Afar, Afar, Ephraim. So in that sense, which is, now we're looking at in a sense, we're looking at a certain tribe. Though that if we look at that from a whole, what makes the word Africa better or more original than the term known as Ethiopian or Ethiopia, being that it is before, right? Or Egypt being the daughter of Ethiopia, which is the glory of this Almighty, the High Elohim, which is the one true God that the Egyptians were all and out really searching for, but they never come to find. It was broken down into states. That's what happened in Egypt. It was broken down into states, and then basically the colony of Egypt, because that's what it pretty much became. The colony of Egypt, or Black Egypt, was eradicated. And this is the understanding that we need to have an understanding on. Shalom will return.